Parasites may also lead to a great loss in chicken production. If we say parasites, these are organisms which derive part or all their nourishment from other organisms. And these organisms of which they will rely on, we call them hosts. So the host-parasite relationship is greatly beneficial to the parasite but harmful to the host. For example, in this case, we're talking of the chicken. So the chicken may suffer adversely as the host to a variety of parasites. We have some common parasites of chicken, and these are flares, tampons, leg mites, roundworms, hookworms, tapeworms, as well as lice. So we can classify these chicken parasites into two groups. So parasites are grouped into two classes depending on whether they live inside the host or outside or on the body of the host. So initially there are two classes, and these are external parasites and internal parasites. External parasites are also known as ectoparasites. These are parasites which feed on host externally, that is outside the body. And the parasites in this category may include leg mites, tampons, flares, and lice. Internal parasites, they are also known as endoparasites. These are parasites which live inside the body of the host. And parasites in this group may include worms, such as tapeworms and roundworms. On external parasites, as well, we have already mentioned, they are also known as ectoparasites, and we say that they are usually found on or under the skin of the host or on the body. Examples are lice, mites, flares, tampons, which are also known as photics. Some of the signs of infestation by external parasites are presence of parasites or eggs on or under the skin of the animal's body, irritation of skins, loss of feathers, sore or wounds on the skin due to pecking, since these parasites may be irritating, so may start to peck onto the skin, causing some sores and wounds on the skin, as well as emaciation. So these are pictures of the parasites which we have mentioned. These are pictures of parasites which we have mentioned. So the first picture was the flare. Flares are small and wingless, and they are found in clusters on the combs and around the eye of the bird, and they cause irritation and anemia through biting and sucking blood. So these ones, they do suck blood, and they also cause irritation. So because they suck blood, they may cause anemia in birds. Applying petroleum jelly on the affected parts may help to control flies, and also dusting the poultry pens with pyrethrins may also help to relieve them from flares. But observing cleanliness in poultry pens may also help the flares not to multiply in poultry house. The other picture which we've seen is the picture of tampons or 4 ticks. This one, they also suck blood, therefore causing anemia as well. They also cause irritation on the skin of the bird, and this will decrease egg production due to anemic condition, as well as the animal will be distracted from feeding due to irritation that may decrease egg production. And these 4 ticks, most of the times their carriers are rodents. So once you control the rodents, it means you may also control tampons. Spray or dust the house with acarids. These acarids, they will really help to control rodents, therefore also controlling the 4 ticks. Apart from that, it is important to layer chicken in battery cages. Most of the times, if they are layered in battery cages, you may prevent the spread of the external parasites from one chicken to another. And clear long vegetation surrounding the poultry should also be one of the things which will help and to reduce the spread of the disease or multiplication, of the parasite or multiplication of the parasite. And also, even on the vegetation surrounding the poultry house, you may also spray some alkaloids, which will help to control the rodents. The third picture which we've seen on the last slide was the scaly leg mites. So scaly leg mites will also cause irritation, will suck blood, also causing anemia. So this will also cause poultry birds to lose weight. They will also reduce egg production. What will happen is that once these scaly leg mites will be sucking blood, we know that most of the times the nutrients from the feeds will go through the blood of the of the bird. So once these leg mites or scaly leg mites will be sucking the bird, they'll be sucking together with some nutrients. So if that is the case, they may not build up their body, therefore leading to loss of weight, and also leading to reduction in egg production. In order for the eggs to be produced, most of the times they are also stimulated by the presence of nutrients in the body of the bird. So if the nutrients are lowered due to the sucking from scaly leg mites, that may also reduce egg production. And these leg mites may also cause damage to the skin and feathers. Apart from that, another external parasite, more especially on the picture which we have seen, is the lice. So the chicken lice feed on feathers and shedding skin cells, and also they'll cause irritation. For leg mites, we can control by disinfecting the poultry, painting patches with the crude and nicotine, and the walls of poultry houses with old engine oil. You apply some old engine oil. You can also apply petroleum jelly on the legs, as well as dust the birds and the house with some chemicals. Apart from that, for rice, we can control the rice by dusting the chicken with appropriate chemicals, for example, cabal, for example, cabal. And proper sanitation may also help to prevent multiplication of lice. Another category of parasite which we have mentioned is the internal parasites. As already mentioned, internal parasites are also referred to endoparasites. So examples of endoparasites are roundworms, hookworms, and tapeworms. So these are features. Roundworms, hookworms, tapeworms. For roundworms, they are cylindrical in shape and pink or white in color, and they may exist separately as male and female, but they inhabit the alimentary canal of chicken and other livestock. And these roundworms, they may even be found in crop, the gizzard, as well as the esophagus, disturbing the whole digestive system. Effects are drop in egg production, weight loss, as well as we can control them just by removing the laid eggs to avoid other birds picking the worms. Then we have hookworms. They are roundworms about 1 centimeter long, and they attach themselves to chicken intestine walls and suck blood. And some attach themselves to gizzard and esophagus. So they'll also somehow affect the digestive system as well. Effects: severe anemia, chicken may become weak and restless, and we can control by proper disposal of birds droppings. Most of the times, those worms, they may come out from droppings. So the healthy birds may even peck on the droppings together with the worms. Disinfection of chicken coop floors may also help. Then lastly, we have tapeworms. These tapeworms, they consist of a head, which is also called scolex, and a chain of body segments referred to as strobila. Each segment is called a proglottid. So the scolex possesses suckers and hooks for attachment onto the host, while the proglottids have the common nervous system and the rudimentary excretory system. So each proglottid has its own male and female sex organ. These tapeworms, most of the times, they will attack chicken. The effects: heavy infestation reduces the chicken's body immunity. It is possible to control them just by uh, uh, not allowing them on free range system, but rather they should be put in a battery cage. In that case, it will prevent to spread the parasites. All in all, let's look in general the effects of parasites in chicken. As we are going through on the harm or the damage they will cause in chicken, we have found out that most of these parasites, they will suck blood from the chicken or more especially in the intestines. So as they are sucking blood, they will also even be sucking together with food nutrients. They will be sucking together with food nutrients. So this will make them to compete with their host in terms of food nutrients. For example, we have mentioned of tapeworms and roundworms. These roundworms, as well said, that they will dwell in intestines, more especially if it is in the small intestines. We know that in the small intestines is whereby it's where we find those villi where the food nutrients will go through. So if they dwell in the small intestines, definitely they will uh, they will be competing with the hosts for food nutrients. Another effect, some parasites pierce through the lay eggs in the skin of the host, causing damage to the skin and predisposing the host to other infections, for example, mites. Apart from that, some parasites feed on the body tissues of the host. Good examples are sucking worms. Because of that, they may cause anemia. So that's another effect. Some parasites, for example, tapeworms, may cause mechanical obstruction of internal digestive passages such as small intestines. These tapeworms, as already mentioned, they will dwell in the small intestines. So they will not only be sucking blood or even competing with their hosts for the food, but rather they will also be blocking. They will also be blocking. So they will cause mechanical obstruction of internal digestive passages. And also some parasites act as vectors of some diseases. So some of the parasites like ticks, they will act as vectors of some diseases, And lastly, some parasites cause inflammatory reactions in their host, causing irritation and extreme cases death. For example, mites. So we are done on the parasites. We can look on predators. Predators can be another thing which can lead to reduction in chicken production. Definitely, we're talking of reduction in numbers of birds. Those predators, most of the times, they'll prey on chicken, killing them, reducing the birds in numbers. So common chicken predators in Malawi may include wildcats, ravens, hawks, alligators, eagles, etc., etc. How best can we control these predators? We can control them just by fencing. The right fence will keep predators out and chicken in. And most of the times, the best fence should always be a mesh welded wire or electric netting can also help, at least about 5 feet high. And you should also bury the fence 6 to 12 inches below the ground to prevent those predators which dig uh, uh, under the ground. Roofing can also be another controlling measure. Yeah, so roofing is also one of the control measure of predators in chicken. If the poultry yard is small, at least make sure that you install a roof of a wire mesh to prevent the flying predators. Housing is one of the essential way of controlling predators in chicken. At least make sure that the house should be in open, not under the tree, as well as even heavy bushes. Otherwise, it will be in those heavy bushes as well as under the tree. You find that there will be more predators there. For example, birds, as well as even other animals. They may be hiding in the bush. So make sure that you make a house of chicken which should not be under the tree or even near the heavy bush, should be in the open. Yeah, so from the topic we may have the following revision exercise. So read them, go through this revision exercise and answer them, and forward your answers to the number below, as well as an email address which is indicated below. So this makes the end of the topic, and this is the last topic in book 1, agriculture. So our next topic which we are going to discuss will be agriculture form 2, topic 1, which is soil composition. Till then, goodbye.
Simutaya nthawi yanu kufunafuna maphunziro muzakhala wotumidwa moyo wanu wonse. Ngati simuphunzira anthu azingokutumani, ajala kalime, ajala kuchwe manyazi, ajala katende yanti, ndipo anthu ophunzira wandi wotumanso kwambiri. Ndiye ngati simuphunzira, skulu akuyikirani apa mukhala otumidwa.